Not everybody can run a business, okay? Hey guys, Michaelantonio here with an urgent message for all Americans. I know we're going through a very tough time right now. Everybody's quarantined, businesses have been shut down, and we're bleeding money like something crazy. I can't even believe what's happening right now. But we have an even bigger crisis because we have a group of people in Congress that are not allowing stimulus money to go out to people and to businesses that truly need it. Now, their reasoning is that, business should not be getting any support. It should go out to the people. Okay, here's the problem with that. I thought, now just a thought here, but I thought businesses are made up of people. American people. So a business is something that is not just an entity that is separate from we the people. It's made up of Americans. And they deserve the right to be helped when the government is the entity that's shut them down. That has told them, look, you can't do business right now because we're fighting, an enemy here. We're fighting this virus and we have to have everybody quarantine themselves. So we understand that. But if you're going to tell people that they have to be quarantined, you're going to tell businesses that they have to shut down, you have to have a mechanism to help them get back on their feet because you're the one that did it. You're the one that told them you have to do this. I'm not even against having to quarantine. If this crisis is in fact as serious as they say it is, then you should separate yourself for a while to protect yourself and to protect everyone else. That's fine. But let me tell you a little bit about why they are wrong for trying to shut down this entire stimulus package to both businesses and to people. Now, of course, they're saying it shouldn't go to the businesses like this. Well, I'm going to tell you why that's wrong. Because, can we be honest? Let's talk frankly for a little while. And I know this is hard for some people to understand, but not everybody can run a business, okay? Just because you want to give all the money to people and not to the people who run the businesses doesn't mean that it's a good idea. Not everybody can run a business. It takes a lot. There's so many different skill sets that it takes to be a business owner. And there are some people that are very skilled at specific things. And if you took management at all, you understand what I'm talking about. You understand that a person with a specific skill set isn't necessarily good at running a business because they have a focus on a particular talent. So for instance, if you're really good at machining, you can really, you can create tools and devices, and you're good at running that one machine and doing those things. That's fantastic for you, but can you marshal, an entire myriad of resources to operate an entire business? Maybe not. They always say in management that it's better that someone who runs a business is not necessarily good at one particular skill because they're good at, again, many different things. They can bring together all the ingredients that it takes to run a business. So that's what we're talking about here. Businesses have been shut down by the government. That means they're not making money. They don't have customers right now. Nothing's happening. So what do? You're going to have a stimulus to keep yourself in operation until the customers come back, okay? So it's okay to give some money. Obviously, the people need money to survive on while they are, not earning money right now, because this is something that has hit all of us very hard. But like I said, you can't treat businesses like they're not people, and you can't treat them like they don't have a skill set that is very critical in this time. You can't treat a business like, well, you don't deserve that money because after all, you're not a person. Well, first of all, they are people, okay? They're people. Let me give you a specific example of what I'm talking about. My sister started a business several years ago, and when she started the business, she had to borrow money because she didn't have all the resources she needed to get the business started, so she had to borrow the money. Now, first of all, the lender had to figure out, gee, what kind of a skill set do you have? Can you run a business? Now, she didn't have a record to go on, so what do you do when you don't have a track record of success in business? There's many things that banks look for, that lenders need, to assure them that they're going to have a return on their investment. And so oftentimes when you don't have the track record, the bank or the lender, whoever it may be, needs collateral. They need to know that you're going to be successful. So she had to lay out collateral, and so that it guaranteed that if her business failed, that this bank was going to get something back for their investment. And so that's what they need. So this is something that when you start giving out money to people, most people can't run a business. I'm sorry to say that. It's just a fact. They just can't, and they're not willing. Most people are not willing to lay out the risk that it takes to run a business, that it takes to realize that, man, if this thing fails, I'm on the hook for a lot here. And so this is what it takes. So it takes a lot of risk. So for these people in Congress to tell the American people, they're lying to the American people, telling them, well, the American people deserve all this money. No, because not everybody, I'm not saying they don't deserve any money. I'm saying that they don't deserve all the money. You have to give a good chunk of that money to businesses to keep them afloat. Because these people have a track record of success. When the economy is going okay, even sometimes when it's not going so well, these businesses have a track record of success. That's why they're in business. That's why they remain in operation. Now, when the government shuts them down, there has to be some assurance by the government, okay, we're going to help you here. Because we forced you to to go in this situation because of this crisis, and now we're going to help you. For this particular group in Congress to tell people, nah, the businesses don't really matter. It's only the people. Well, that's a lie from the beginning. We know it because the businesses are made up of people. And these people happen to be very skilled at what they do. They marshal all the resources that are necessary to run a business. They keep the average person who's an employee employed. They keep them productive. They keep them working. Not everybody can run a business. It takes so much. Many people don't realize it takes not only the skill set, but it takes discipline. It takes a vision. You have to have a vision of what your business is going to do. And can that business thrive in that particular, area? Whether it be a literal region, a location, or whether it be a particular niche, whatever it is, all those things. So you need that. You need to have somebody that can do all those things. So you got to have the skill. You got to have the vision. You have to have the discipline. It takes a lot of discipline to run a business. You can't have just enthusiasm about a business. You've got to have that discipline, man, and it takes a lot. There's so many things involved. So any group of people that tries to lie to you and tell you that, let's give the money all to the people and not businesses, they're lying to you. They're lying. Okay, so understand that we need these businesses to operate. And so my plea to the American people is don't buy into what they're telling you. You call your congressman and you tell them, look, yes, people need some money and a little stimulus to help them get through this, but businesses need it just as much. In fact, in many ways, more. Because let me tell you something, what's going to happen if you give all the money to the people, right? Let's say you give, $5,000 a month to every American, but guess what? The businesses didn't get the money. And so here's what's going to happen. You're not going to have a job to go back to because that business is going to be shut down. What are you going to do then? So all that money that you got initially, it's all going to go away. It's got to be spent, right? These businesses need the stimulus. They need this money. So we have to think smartly, guys. Think smartly. Don't just believe everything you hear from Congress. Okay? Call your congressman. Let them know that they need to sign on to the bill that's going to help not only the people, but the businesses that are made up of people. It's all of us. We're all in this together, guys. Okay? So let's get this done. Thank you so much for listening. And look, share this video. Get this message out to everybody because it's important. There's congressmen right now that are lying. These congresspeople are lying to the Americans. Let's stop that right now. Another quick note before I go. Please, if you haven't done this, please subscribe to me and hit that notification bell, guys. This is important. I try to keep things down to earth so that everybody can understand it, and I hope I've done my job. Ciao, everybody. Bye. 'Cause I am so over you.